acting
go,
like
"Oh,
this is
I didn't
all
mean
just
it."
me, and that's something you really need to fix.
I'm gonna bash your head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the up.
So that is just a small piece of a leak around longtime YouTube creator Alex Elmsley, otherwise known as ImAllexx's, who, if you don't know, he's a 25-year-old British YouTuber with around 2 million subscribers. He's known for doing a lot of commentary and reaction content, but now he's facing incredibly detailed allegations of abuse from his ex-girlfriend, who's another creator by the name of Alice Hez, who has about 1 million followers on TikTok. And over the weekend, she released several videos and logs of their interactions along with an 82-page statement. And with that, saying, "It's best it was made public how horrible this person with a platform is. I'd hate to see another woman go through this." They're sharing a link to a Google Drive folder with audio and video files documenting the alleged abuse, which I will say, because I'm going to try to make this consumable, I'm not going to be hitting on every single detail, but you can access the Google Doc yourself if you want to go through everything. With that said, what we see here is Alice describing how it started when, quote, small arguments worsened to the point where he would turn on his camera and start shouting at her on call.
Now, when it's too late, you admit that you did everything wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good dog, you don't do it.
You're acting like
"Oh,
this is all just me, and that's something you really need to fix.
I'm gonna bash your head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the up. Your boyfriend's a famous internet celebrity and doesn't trust these people because he has to keep his circle small. Because you might not have anything to lose, because your life might be down the drain, but I still have quite a lot that I would like to give."
Also, the screenshots that Alice shared appear to show more of the same behavior. In those more than once, he calls her a dumb whore. He also uses the N-word, telling her to kill herself, saying things like, "Just die in a fucking hole and please bury yourself in the fucking garden." And then appearing to go so far as to threaten to do it himself, writing in one conversation, "I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to break your neck." Right? And all of these are just some of the insults, threats, or otherwise manipulative and emotionally abusive texts that Alice says that Alex sent to her over the course of their relationship. And unfortunately, Alice also says that it gets worse, saying that once they moved in together, it sometimes became physical, describing one instance where she says he grabbed her hood and pulled her back until she fell on the floor, saying that when she got up to run away, he grabbed her, put her in a headlock, and covered her mouth, and saying after that argument, there were days where he would just scream in her face and tell her to kill herself multiple times, even saying that it got to the point where she would be shaking and scared for her life every time he came closer, was in the same room as her while arguing. And as far as people possibly asking her, why would you stay in this relationship, she seemed to touch on that, saying, "Believe me, I wish I could turn back time, but I believed his lies when he apologized to me, and I really tried to believe he would stop going so far if I asked him to." Though there, Alice did eventually get herself out. They're even appearing to get this recording while she was packing her things to leave.
And then you look like a miserable little all the time. Like, your face is annoying to look at, like when I come downstairs.
So saying that even after she left, he wouldn't leave her alone. And so with that, saying she's decided to speak out now because he's threatened to, quote, create a contradicting story to discredit her own. And seemingly with that, also acknowledging that she also insulted Alex in their conversations, writing, "In no way am I trying to make myself look as if I never said anything mean. I stooped down to his level and became reckless with my language to try to prove a point." They're even appearing to have changed his contact name in her phone to racist N-word at one point. And on top of that, she admitted to slapping him in the face at one point, but are saying that she only did that after he backed her into a corner while screaming at her. And with all that said, as far as the other side of this, we haven't seen a response from Alex yet. And I mean that as far as him releasing any sort of public statement, as well as we reached out last night to see if he had anything to say. As of recording, he has not responded. Though among all the other people who have reacted to this, notably, this includes several internet personalities who have been a part of Alex's circle at one point or another, such as with YouTuber Will N.E. saying there had been rumors of Alex's behavior last year, and also saying the severity of the abuse that Alice published was far worse than anything I'd heard being discussed. That Google Drive is fucking abhorrent, and what he put her through is inexcusable. Also, Twitch streamer Mia Mon saying Alex's behavior was something, quote, well known throughout the industry. But they're also adding that she found it genuinely hard to believe the creators close to Alex had no idea this was going on. And creator Memulus writing, "I would usually wait until both parties have said their side publicly before speaking about it, but I think the evidence here is overwhelming. It's awful and disturbing and has seriously shocked me. I'm still processing what's happened. This is one of the worst situations I have ever seen in my life, and I hope Alice is okay. It took a lot of courage to speak about this." But ultimately, as of recording, that is exactly where we are. And so for now, we're gonna have to wait to see what happens, right? Does more come out? Does Alex respond? But in the meantime, I gotta ask you, what are your thoughts about this incredibly disturbing situation?